glory be to God. Welcome to the Kingdom Women channel where the word for God is made practical. I'm Mariah. Thank you for tuning in. So look, y'all, today's video, I want to come touch bases with you guys and talk about Judas. Now, when we hear the name Judas, we cringe, don't we? And we think Judas is the most despicable or one of the most despicable people that ever lived. But look, the truth about Judas is your Judas is essential. You don't get rid of your Judases. You allow your Judases to do what they must. And there are going to be times in your life where Judases manifest. God sent me a Judas. God sent me a Judas. God sent me a Judas, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why he would send this type of person into my life. And I'll just share my testimony. God sent me someone who, like Judas, should have loved me, should have cherished me, and respected the relationship between me and that person. But that person was swayed by the things of the world. And this is the type of attack that comes with Satan. You have to understand, everybody isn't strong enough, everybody isn't willing enough, everybody doesn't want to tell Satan no. So when Satan presents things of the world to certain people who don't want to tell Satan no, they tell Satan yes. And that's how Judas is made. Judas was someone who was a disciple. And that title held weight because he was given special access to Jesus that nobody else was given. He knew facts about Jesus that no one else knew. He knew him intimately enough to betray Jesus with a kiss. This is the type of relationship they had. And he served him. He was there to serve Jesus. He was there to make Jesus' life better. He was there to contribute to Jesus' life. But in the midst of his duties and his responsibilities, Satan showed up, like Satan always does. And Satan convinced Judas that he should steal from Jesus. So Judas was someone that Satan could tempt with wealth and riches to betray Jesus. And that's all he needed. He was someone who would take from the treasury, take from the coin purse, and he was someone who was bribed. He was bribed to turn Jesus over to the Pharisees. And so, you know, I've lived a circumstance in a situation like that. But you have to understand that on the flip side of that, Judas was the catalyst that God the Father used to turn Jesus into the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Without Judas, there's no crucifixion. Without Judas, there's no redemption. Without Judas, Satan still has the keys to life and death. So this is why I say your Judases are essential. This is why I say you have to keep your Judases in your life, because your Judas is the catalyst to your destiny. And while, just like me, I didn't understand, like, God, why would you even introduce me to this person? You said this person was supposed to be legit. It turns out the person was not legit. The person was self-seeking, self-serving, and a bunch of different other adjectives that I'd rather not release. Because why? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to degrade people or talk about people. I am going to share my testimonies, but I don't find it necessary to be my own vengeance or to talk nasty about people. The things that people do that are nasty behind the scenes, like, oh, it always catches up with them. And so I don't have to be the person who I don't have to be a Judas. I don't have to be that person that is used by the devil to expose someone or to cause harm to someone else. They do that with their own actions themselves. There will always be seed time and harvest time. And just like with Judas, after he betrayed Jesus and he was paid the bribe that he was due to receive, he would have killed himself. The guilt and the shame that he felt for what he did, that was the recompense for what he did. He ended up dead anyway. But we do see what happens to Judas, and that should be sufficient enough. We don't have to be vengeance. You don't have to avenge yourself against your Judas. Like I said, your Judas is there to make you. Your Judas is there to take you higher. Your Judas is there to give you a crown. Your Judas is there to thicken your oil. Just like with Jesus, Satan doesn't realize that if he is coming up against a child of God, if he is coming up against a kingdom citizen, then he cannot take us out. We only go when God says it's our time. And if it's not our time, there's no attack or trick or tactic or nothing that the enemy can bring towards us that's not going to make us better, that's not going to make us stronger in the Lord, that's not going to solidify our status as kingdom citizens. It just doesn't happen. And so this is why you don't have to feel threatened by your Judas. This is why you don't have to feel threatened by people who try to ruin you, people who try to destroy you. And it's really not those people. Those people, like I mentioned, are catalysts. Those people are being used by the kingdom of darkness. Those people are being used by Satan, because we know that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places, against spirits and principalities. Those are the things we wrestle with. And those things come to people and offer people the world, offer people things of the world. Just like Satan offered Jesus different things that he could not deliver on in Jesus' wilderness, that is how Satan approaches each and every last one of us. But when we reverence and we respect the Lord for what he has done for us, and we have faith in him, and we have our mind and our eyes fixed on heaven and going to heaven, and we understand the magnificence of God, we simply just don't even partake in those things. We know that the devil is defeated, and there's no reason for us to play with him. We know that the world is passing away, so why would we be swayed by worldly things that are just going to die? There are things in this earth that you can do that will carry over into eternity. And you can store up treasures for yourself in heaven. So why play with Satan? Satan is destined to go to hell. So why go with him? Why play with the things that are going to hell with him? It doesn't make a lot of sense. So this is why I wanted to talk about Judas. When you see a Judas coming in your life, just know Judas came to take you higher. God is saying, when you are presented with a Judas, God is saying it's time for you to go to the next level. And Judas is the path that you have to take to get there. Just like Judas was the path that Jesus had to take to become the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So look, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down in the comment section, and I might make another video just for you. Until next time.